Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. Ako po si Janine Cruzet, pansamantalang humahalili po kay Sir Raniel Sorongan para po sa hapon na ito sa Inclinasyon Facebook Live program. Sana po manatili pa rin kayo. Hihintayin po natin si Sir Raniel makabalik sa Zoom link para po sa ating napakahalaga at napaka-importanteng programa sa hapon na ito. Um, Binabati ko po kayong lahat mga kainkunasyon ng isang mapagpalang hapon sa ating pong mga kasama sa likod ng programang ito ang ating technical director si Direk Ina Figueroa, ang ating technical assistant si JM, and ang ating sign language interpreter si Teacher Aisel, and ang ating mga OJT and captioners si Francis at yung ating mga OJTs na kasama po natin sa programa na ito. Sa likod lamang sila. So, importante po yung talakayan natin sa hapon na ito. Tungkol po to sa inclusivity and humanity. At ngayon po ay sineselebrate natin ang bukas po, April 2, ang World's Autism Day. So, hindi ko na po pakakahabain ang aking pong introduction. Ipapakilala ko na po ang ating dalawang panauhin. Our first guest for today is a multi-talented artist and an advocate from Zamboanga City. But currently, he is in Metro Manila. He's an actor, singer, photographer, aspiring filmmaker, and currently working as a promo specialist at Nathan's Studios Incorporation. He's a person with autism and actively he's a person with autism living independently. He is also actively promoting awareness, acceptance, and independence for people with autism. He is a co-founder of Sari Isip Productions, a self-advocate with Autism Society Philippines, a Best Body Philippine Ambassador, and a Special Olympics Pinas athlete. His mission is to inspire people with autism to live independently, to pursue their dreams, and to make meaningful impact in the society. So mga kainkunasyon, let's all welcome our first guest this afternoon, Clarence M. Cruz. Hello, Clarence.
Hello, good afternoon everyone. So good afternoon kay Miss Janine, Miss Aisel, si Miss Ina, the whole inclusion team, and of course my fellow guests, Pia Caballero. So thank you for having us today.
Yes, thank you, Clarence. Next guest for today naman is also a person with autism from Quezon City, a graduate of Ateneo de Manila University, and has been deeply involved in disability inclusion work through Autism Society Philippines, where she served as an officer of Self-Advocates Circle. She has also contributed to advocacy in academic and creative spaces and has received recognition such as Autism Angel Achievement Award and Miss Possibilities title. She's currently working as a junior graphic designer where she uses her voice and creativity in promoting inclusion, representation, and empowerment for persons with disability. So let's all welcome Miss Samantha Pia Colandrino Cabaniero. Hello,
Hello, hello,
Pia.
hello po. Thank you for having me and Clarence here.
Mm.
We really hope to do well in our episode for today.
Oh, that's for sure. Okay. So, ayan po, nakilala niyo po yung mga boses po ng ating mga para sa mga taong may kapansanan, no? Ako ngayon ay nakasuot ng uniform ng ng Inclinasyon family, black polo shirt, and naka-tie up yung aking hair. So, yan ay isang description para sa mga nakikinig nating mga person with disability. So, how about you, Clarence? How are you going to describe yourself today? Give some description para sa mga nakikinig natin na person with visual impairment.
Okay. So I'm happy kasi this month is World Autism Awareness and Acceptance Month, and tomorrow it's gonna be World Autism Awareness Day. So I look forward to the events and to celebrate autism awareness, inclusion, and independence and action alongside my fellow persons with autism and our families and our inclusive partners. And of course, hindi lang ito tungkol sa person with autism, but all persons with disabilities.
Tama.
Thank you.
How about you, Pia? Can you please describe how you feel today? Ano ba yung suot mo? Ano ba nararamdaman mo? Anong pinagkakabalahan mo ngayon, Pia?
Okay, so right now, for the benefit of people with visual impairment, I am wearing a dark green blouse, and I am seated on a chair. It's a tall chair that's used for gamers typically. I have curly hair in a half ponytail, nakatali sa likod yung buhok, some of parts of my hair, and nakasuot ako ng brown na headband in order to keep my hair in. I have brown skin. I am quite overweight. But you won't see my body in the camera. So you only see until the upper part of my chest. And I have brown eyes, and I don't wear makeup right now. I look, and I also have lighting on my face in order to have a good visual, so that I look visible on camera for people who could see. And I really hope that you could hear my voice very well all throughout. So, but yeah, right now I'm feeling a little nervous for an interview, but I really hope to do things justice, and that we're still thankful to be here. And I really hope na ang ating kwentuhan will be worth the while.
Oo naman, that's for sure. So, ano naman yung pinagkakabalahan mo, Pia, sa ngayon?
I'm balancing my work and also doing advocacy things. Recently, I attended a forum for the Women with Disabilities Inclusive Agenda last Monday, and I am on track to do some promotion work for the upcoming Angels Walk for Autism this year under Autism Society Philippines. And in anticipation for the upcoming event itself, Angels Walk, which will be on April 26, 2026 in MOA Arena, in SM Mall of Asia Arena. We hope that those who are interested to come will be part of it as our growing manifestation of ensuring an autism okay Philippines.
That's cool. How about you, Clarence? Ano naman yung pinagkakaabalahan mo? Hindi masyado busy si Pia. Ikaw, busy ka rin ba?
Busy talaga ako.
Oo nga.
Medyo lang na busy kasi recently I joined my first Happy Walk. So first time ko umattend ng Happy Walk, yung parang Angels Walk ng person with Down syndrome. So ang saya talaga. So yung vibe ng Happy Walk, parang Angels Walk. Except yung doon sa Happy Walk for person with Down syndrome, tapos yung sa Angels Walk for persons with autism. Yun, tapos kasama ko yung Nathan Studios and I'm Perfect Family. So ang saya talaga. Yun. Tapos, aside from that, waiting ako for the result in Cinemalaya. Like, ang sabi this May daw, yung result ng Cinemalaya. Kasi nagsubmit ako ng, ng short film na ang title is All My Friends Are Static, produced and made by Sari Easy Productions. So, shout out po sa aking Sari Easy Productions team, like sina Nigo, Pat, Kim, Cha, and the whole team. Yan. So, ipagdasal natin na sana matanggap. And I'll see you all soon.
I really hope
Tapos,
that you make it there.
Yes. So yun. Yeah. Thank you, Pia. Then aside from that, sa Best Buddies Philippines, we post naman our calendars every month. So wala pa naman pinapost yung calendar. So please stay tuned kasi papalabas naman sa calendar. And last but not the least, of course, sa Autism Society of the Philippines, yun, like Pia said, yung pumunta kami National Museum. Actually, ako nang yung nakapunta kasi my prior commitment si Pia. And ang saya talaga kasi it was very nice catching up with my fellow self-advocate circle friends. Tapos naglibot kami sa National Museum, nag-photo walk, tapos nakapag-lunch. And yun, tapos last but not the least is yung upcoming Angels Walk. So hopefully, punta po kayo. You can get your free tickets sa page ng Autism Society PH. Yun. So yun, thank you.
So magkasama kayo ni Pia sa sa Angels
Yes.
Walk this year.
Yeah,
So
we
paano
Opo.
kayo nag-organize?
well, more of Autism Society Philippines has been organizing the Angels Walk event, and as Clarence and I are part of the Autism Society Philippines self-advocate circle, we are encouraged to participate naman and promote and just be our best, our our own selves. We're thankful to be part of a lovely group of fellow adults on the autism spectrum kung saan that we would be bonding with one another. And we hope that this year there will be more activities in store in order to enrich our own selves and also have a better perspective of what it means to be an autistic self-advocate. Of course, it is like an ongoing process naman talaga. So there's like a lot to really explore pa there.
So you've already met Clarence in person? Or
yeah,
that's
I've met him a
cool.
lot of times because he's like also very active when it comes to participating in self-advocacy events. So I really see him. The last time I saw him in person was the Friendship Walk kasi Autism Society Philippines has a booth where we promote Angels Walk, and I also sold some of my art merchandise because I also do some art that promotes neurodiversity and just being proud of myself as an autistic woman. So it's wonderful to have that opportunity po.
Nga, tama. So,
Good afternoon,
ayan na Sir
Janine. I'm here already,
Raniel.
Janine.
Okay, go on.
Good afternoon, Sir Ranil.
Yeah, good
Hello
afternoon
po,
sa
Sir
ating mga
Ranil.
taga-Quito Nation. Okay, sige. Kayong dalawa, no, Clarence and Pia, no? Paano kayo nagkaroon, no, ng hint na nasa spectrum pala kayo?
Well, for me, growing
Si Pia
up,
muna.
sorry, okay, sige. Well, for me, growing up, I had to remember what my parents would tell me kasi I don't really have like a super clear view of what I was as a kid. Like, I was stuck in my own world. So, kailangan ko talaga i-relay yung mga kwento ng magulang ko, mga kapatid ko, manang ko, and other people around me. But I knew that I was different because for one thing, I wonder why am I going to Bridges, which was a special school that I used to attend, and why do I have to go to therapy? Why do I have to see my my pediatrician who specializes in neurodiverse sciences? So there's something about really trying to come to terms with myself when I was young kasi I got diagnosed with autism spectrum disorder before I turned 2. And I and my parents really thought that I really need to get all the help that I can while they're trying to understand me. And needless to say, with the kind of skills that I've gotten and how my brain works, hindi nila inakala na paglaki ko, I would be a very expressive, independent woman who is capable of doing a lot. Parang you're like breaking the expectations kind of thing going on. So when I became more at peace with being autistic, kasi like what is wrong with me? Tapos I read what my mom would write about me because she has a lot of feelings about it, and I'm like, oh, ganun pala talaga ako. It explains everything. So it's something that kailangan ko rin talaga isipin growing up. Like I have autism. How am I going to live my life about it? Kahit mahirap lang talaga minsan. What about you, Clarence?
Okay, thank you, Pia. Yeah.
What about your your feelings about being autistic? Like, ano yung mga nararamdaman mo and everything?
Yeah. Kaya,
Okay.
Clarence, paano mo nalaman na nasa spectrum ka din pala? And ano yung
Okay,
initial
so-
reaction mo nung nalaman mo?
Okay. So, I found out nung nasa spectrum ako nung when I was still small, nung binabalanse ko pa yung ABA therapy ko, pati yung daycare days ko. So ABA stands for Applied Behavioral Analysis. So I was born in Zamboanga City. Tapos yan for yung buong childhood ko, doon ako nakatira sa hometown ko, Zamboanga City. So kagabi, I consulted with my mom at tinawagan ko via messenger. So, shout out po kay Mamang Lizetta Manado. So, thank you po sa inyong input. Thank you po sa inyong love, care, and hard work. And thank you po sa lahat. And nandito lang po para sa iyo as your son and as an advocate. So, love you. Mwah. So, balik tayo sa question. So, si Dr. Vida Daria of Zamboanga City yung nag-diagnose sa akin sa autism spectrum disorder. So, around 3 years old ako that time. Tapos, I was so blessed kasi yung parents ko never dumaan sa denial phase. Yung sabi ko, hi, salamat. So, yun, parang ang unang naisip ng parents ko is paano nila ako matutulungan at yun, gumawa sila ng paraan para matulungan ako sa person with autism. So, never nila sinisisi ang sarili nila. So, yes, I had the symptoms. I had most of the symptoms. That includes yung fear, yung no fear of danger, parang di ako takot na masagasaan. Tapos one of the symptoms rin is yung weird playing of toys, ganon. So yun, to name a few, yun. So hopefully like other parents din ay kapag may bagong diagnosis ang anak nila na parang hindi sila dadaan ng denial phase. Pero if ever na dumaan sa denial phase, so I understand naman. Pero I'm confident na eventually na that they will pass through that denial phase and maging accepting sila and they will do their best na para maagapan para eventually yung anak nila ay makapag-live ng typical life. So yun.
Okay. So like for example, no, like other no, individuals in the spectrum, base sa kwento ninyo, dumaan din kayo no sa different therapies, iba't ibang intervention. Sabi nga ni Pia, no, siya ay nag-aral no sa Bridges. Actually, mga kaibigan ko yun, yung mga sina Teacher Leia, mga kaibigan ko sila. Nakilala ko rin yung mami ni Clarence, no, before siya yung president no, ng ASP, Difulog City chapter. Okay, sige. So nung nag-aral na kayo, no, paano kayo na transition no, from the quote-unquote segregated setting at pumunta kayo sa isang inclusive setting or sa isang general education setting? Paano kayo nag-transition doon, Pia, ikaw?
Okay, so para sa mga hindi gaano may alam about this, I underwent this process called mainstreaming. This is the transitional process in which ang isang taong may kapansanan, lalo na ang may mga developmental disability katulad ng autismo, would undergo a process where they are eased into general schooling from the inclusive schooling that they're used to, para they could be integrated with other students that are generally non-disabled. So that process for me hasn't been too hard kasi napapansin din ni na like Teacher Leia, Teacher Baba, Teacher Lali, whoever were my teachers back then about my progress. And they would say, oh, Pia can be allowed to go to
Bilang
the
pakikiisa ng
preschool beside
inklinasyon
it,
sa buwan ng autismo,
This is
Bilang
where
pakikiisa
I
ng
basically had my kindergarten years, and after a year actually, I went na to St. Teresa's College for prep, and I stayed there till my 12th grade year. And it was kind of hard talaga yung
So-
transition.
ang galing ng Bridges, talagang inihanda kanila no from the segregated setting no
Yeah.
going to links and then inihanda kanila no doon ka na sa Gen Ed no sa St. Teresa's College. So
Yes.
yan yung kagandahan no because there's really they prepared really no para sa iyo no for your transition, no, from a segregated setting towards the inclusive or general education setting. How about you, Clarence? Paano yung transition mo from the segregated going to general education setting, Clarence?
Okay po, so it all started nung pinagsabay ko pa yung ABA therapy ko at saka yung daycare days ko. So it was in Together Therapy Center in Santa Maria del Zamboanga City. Naalala ko pa yung address pati location. So yun. Tapos just after 6 weeks of balancing those two, parang na-pull out kaagad ako kasi parang I was doing so well. Tapos sabi ng therapist ko pati yung mommy ko na ay parang ready na si Clarence na to transition to a mainstream typical school setup. Yun. Tapos yung mommy Lizette ko, she had to resign from her work as a civil engineer. Yun, para matutukan ako full time. Tapos ang laking tulong talaga noon nung ginawa niya back then. Yun. Tsaka pero tapos nung kabataan ko, yun. Tapos yun, the rest is history. Tapos nagtuloy-tuloy na rin yung mainstream school life ko from daycare, kinder, elementary, high school, till college. Yun. so that's all. Thank you.
Kita natin talaga no yung partnership no ng family in the school no and preparing no persons of the spectrum to transition no from the segregated setting going to the general education no. Ito niyo naman no ng maikli lang kayo pumili na wow sa ating mga kaikunasyon no yung ating dalawang guests ngayon no. Sa Ateneo lang naman sila na-graduate, no? Isa sa Ateneo de Manila. Clarence, ikaw, Ateneo de Cagayan ba, Clarence?
Zamboanga po. Zamboanga. Ateneo de Zamboanga.
Ateneo de Zamboanga. Okay, sige. Ateneo de Zamboanga para si Clarence. Okay. So, gusto yung experience nyo nung nasa sa kolehiyo na kayong dalawa?
Okay, about my college experiences, I have to preface lang din talaga na medyo unique yung sitwasyon ko kasi for my second and third years in college, online classes po kami dahil sa COVID lockdowns. So kailangan talaga na we have to adjust ourselves in order to adapt to this new way of learning kasi nasanay talaga kami na in-person classes. Pero doon din magkaroon ng mga online classes tapos ginagamit yung mga online portals which it was hard at first pero nakakatulong naman din since I get to focus on my studies while also trying to manage more of myself and being involved with college orgs, most especially the Ateneo Special Education Society or Ateneo SPEED. I served a couple of years in different
I think
positions.
gusto talaga marinig, no? I think, Pia, gusto talaga marinig no, ng mga ating kainkunasyon. Ano kayong talino naman ito ng dalawa? Pasok, di ba? Mahirap pumasok sa ADMO, no? Mahirap din pumasok sa Ateneo de Zamboanga. No, ikwento nyo nga paano kayo nakapasok sa ganong klaseng school or university?
Kasi para sa akin naman, yung pagpasok ko sa Ateneo, it was just the entrance exams and just making sure na I have good grades sa high school. Well, hindi ko talaga iniisip na makapasa talaga ako sa Ateneo. More not because I was so scared na I might fail in Ateneo, more because I had one school that I really wanted to go to and parang I was groomed to want to go there. Pero hindi talaga ako nakapasa and I felt very bad because because it was like something that would have been good for me. Pero looking back and seeing that I passed Ateneo without much hassle and seeing what community it has for me.
Yeah.
It has
Clarence, how about you, Clarence?
It's been nice.
Paano ka nakapasok sa Ateneo de Zamboanga naman, Clarence?
Okay, first of all, so good job Pia sa yung college life. So congrats din. And I can relate kasi dumaan din ako sa pandemic years, yung online classes, yun. Pero ang difference lang is like, ako sa case ko, like, hindi lang online class, pati online play. Kasi nag-teatro ako nung college eh. So, naabutan ko yung mga play na online. Tapos, paano ko nakapasok is, yan, parang good grade sa former school ko. Actually, in case I forget pala, yung Ateneo de Zamboanga, hindi yan ang first college ko. Parang nag-transfer ako from my former school kasi nag-drop out ako doon due to personal reasons. Yun. Pero okay na yun. At least looking back na buti talaga na nag-drop off ako sa former school ko. Tsaka ano ba, I tried applying pala sa UP Film. Yeah, kasi gusto ko talaga mag-film pero yun, hindi ako natanggap yun. Pero okay na, nakamove on ako kasi looking back, buti talaga na I moved back to Zamboanga City and enrolled at Ateneo de Zamboanga. Then eventually, like, I made friends, I gained experiences sa teatro, sa photography, tapos pati na rin sa short film. Then eventually, nakagraduate na rin ako. So, shoutout pala sa aking Ateneo de Zamboanga University family, including my BA Communications. So, kamusta kayo? So, I'll see you pag-visit ko sa Zamboanga and thank you for accepting me as a person with autism. And yun lang.
Congratulations, no? Congratulations sa inyong dalawa, no? So, during your college days, no, is there some sort of reasonable accommodation, no? Alam ba ng mga teachers ninyo, ng professor ninyo na meron kayong autism? Nagkaroon ba kayo ng mga challenges? May reasonable accommodation ba na ibinigay ang inyong school, ang inyong mga professors? Pag meron kayong mga assignments, may mga exams, Pia, unahin natin si Pia, Lawrence.
Okay, so when it comes to accommodations, like there are times talaga na I have to like tell my professors that, hey, I have autism and it's really important for me to know. And if there's anything that arises, I will tell you. But for me, I didn't really feel the need to have to express it kasi I can keep up with the lessons naman and it's not really much of a concern for me about needing much accommodations kasi of course it's a case-to-case basis talaga for a lot of people on the autism spectrum dahil there's a saying that if you've met one person with autism, you've met one person with autism. So iba't iba talaga ang kinds of accommodations that you really need to take in. So it's really important to be transparent about where you need help in. And for me, it's not much of a hassle for me to express about my needs since I didn't feel the need to. Pero others would benefit from that talaga. So I would say that most of my college experiences, I was just generally following a lot of what the professors would say. And that's because I can keep up with it. But of course, if there's anything that arises,
for your college days, Pia, it's like you're just like now one of the guys. Well,
yeah, I mean,
siyempre,
yeah, because it's almost
kaya mo silang sabayan.
Yeah, for me, I'm like, kaya ko naman talaga na makipagsabay sa kanila. But of course, if anything arises that I need concern with, I will have to reach out to a prof or even the guidance office. I really appreciate the guidance office talaga in case I would need to vent. Well, friends and then the guidance office pa. So that you can try to manage your emotions.
Yeah. How about you, Clarence? Okay.
Yes,
Clarence,
yes, sir, Adil. Okay, so, ano ulit yung question, please?
Yeah. Did your professor give you some reasonable accommodation
Okay.
during your college days at Ateneo de Zamboanga?
Okay, gets ko na po. So, nung nag-enroll ako sa Ateneo de Zamboanga, like, sinabi ko na agad na doon pa lang sa application na person with autism ako, no, ganun. Tapos, yun, so thankfully, natanggap nila ako kasi alam ko na from the start na parang inclusive school yung Ateneo de Zamboanga. Like, tinanggap nila ako for who I am. Tapos, maganda naman yung grades ko from my former school. Napasa ko naman yung entrance exam. Yun. Tapos, yun yung sa registration part. Kaya lang nung sa classmates ko, parang at first hindi pa nila alam, pero may isa akong friend na nakapansin sa akin na, ay parang may sign ka ng autism eh. Tapos doon pa lang parang inamin ko na person autism ako. So pasensya na pag minsan ganito ako, minsan ganyan. Tapos I was so blessed kasi natanggap nila ako for who I am. So shoutout po sa aking BA Com friends. Yan, so yun ang who you are. So maraming salamat sa inyong friendship and for accepting me for who I am. So ang laking tulong niyo talaga para I can get through college life and eventually my graduation. Yun. So yun po.
Dapat those parents, you disclose, no? You disclose na meron kang autism, and then your
Yes.
friends, no? They're also very accepting, no, of the condition. Yeah.
Opo.
Miss Janine, meron kang katanungan sa kanila?
Opo, Sir Ranil. Kasi po 'di ba na-share na po nila sa atin yung journey nila as Atenista. So, ngayon po tanong ko dun sa dalawa nating guests today, may mga challenges din ba kayo na na-encounter when you're, looking for a job? Kasi pareho na sila sir na nagtatrabaho, isa promo specialist and then yung isa junior graphic designer. So, ano yung mga challenges na na-encounter niyo while looking for a job and even nung nagtatrabaho na kayo? Unahin ko muna sir si Pia.
Okay. So, I did have a bit of difficulty looking for a job after graduation since I was feeling scared na what if makakapasok ako sa isang workplace na the people there can be aggravating to me. They might give me a lot of work and they may not give me the consideration that would be needed for me to succeed. So I would say that I am lucky to be part of a company that has been generally been great for my well-being. Having work-life balance then and just progressing as much as I can while I learn more about designing. And it's been something that I hold dear kasi talaga you make good with the luck that you have while also knowing what else you could do with it. Kasi, of course, being in a job, just having a job is not enough. It's learning to sustain yourself in that job. And I am impressed with what I have been doing. I could talk to like the people in my workplace if I do need, I could ask for help and then they don't hesitate and I don't really feel a lot of stress. Though sometimes I do feel stress, but it's really more on me overthinking and getting stressed myself than other people getting stressed. And I always think of like the worst case scenarios and it's not very healthy to think about, pero that's how I really have to manage myself because sometimes I would have to be super aware of what goes on in life, but then I have to take them at a stride. And I would say that for people who may be, for people who may be feeling worried, I think it's best to have a better sense of your own self when you approach other people. And when you look for a job, you try and error places and hope that the environment is suited for you. Parang gusto ko talaga iparating sa karamihan about all of that since it's really crucial for people like me to succeed when our accommodations are met, the workplace has been considerate, and it doesn't feel like we would be harangued per se. So that's my work experiences so far. And I've been with the same company for more than 2.5 years.
Wow.
So like since graduation, I'm just in that one company and it's been great.
Well, that's nice to know, Pia. So, how about Clarence? What was your experience while looking for a job, and your experience while now working as a promo specialist?
Okay, so before I was a promo specialist for Nathan Studios, so hirap talaga ako maghanap ng work after graduating college back in 2022. So tapos ano um, medyo naging doubtful din ako kung ilalagay ko ba yung autism diagnosis ko sa resume dahil sa preconceived notions eh. So yung sa naisip ko na what if kaya tanggalin ko yung autism diagnosis ko then tsaka ko na lang sabihin pag natanggap ako ganun. Pero buti na lang kinonvince ako ng family ko tsaka friends na dapat ilagay lang yung diagnosis ko kasi the right company will accept me for who I am kasi makikita nila yung skills ko and potential, hindi yung diagnosis. Then eventually Best Buddies Philippines hired me to be part of their staff under operations and communications. Then ayun, but that is why I was able to move back to Manila noong 2023 ng July. Tapos I'm very grateful sa work experiences ko, sa lessons na learn ko and the friends that I made along the way. So shout out sa aking Best Buddies Philippines family and sa aking buddy. So maraming salamat for teaching me about work experiences, about friendship, about leadership and inclusion. So I'm so happy to stay active kahit na wala na ako sa Best Buddies as a staff. And I'm so happy to stay as an ambassador and as a member. So see you on our next events. Tapos, eventually, I transitioned to Nathan Studios. So speaking of Nathan Studios, before I forget lang, so I've met Sylvia Sanchez and sa Nathan Studios noong February of 2025 when they premiered Buffalo Kids in Gateway 2 Mall. Yun. So, special thanks para sa Special Olympics Pilipinas, which I'm a member of. Kasi kung hindi dahil sa kanila, hindi ako nakapasok sa block screening nila. Therefore, hindi ko nakilala si Miss Sylvia and Nathan Studios. Tapos ayan, nung nilapitan ko si Miss Sylvia, I introduced myself, nakwento ko na person with autism ako, balak, dream ko mag-showbiz. Then eventually, nakitaan ako na potential. And then, there's this history. Isa na akong promo specialist ng Nathan Studios. So, ang work ko talaga is documentation and interviewing. Tapos, nakapag-extra din pala ako sa I'm Perfect. Yun. So, sa mga nakapanood dyan, thank you for watching. And sa mga di pa nakapanood, so please stay tuned kasi ipapalabas pa namin sa mga school. Sa ngayon kasi sa abroad pa pinapalabas eh. Afternoon, I'm Perfect will come back here in the Philippines and it will be shown in schools. Then, ipagdasal natin na maging available sa Netflix eventually. So, yun. So, shout out pala sa Nathan Studios team. So, Miss Tita Sylvia, Tita Janice, Ate Chok, Miss A, Ronan, PJ, and of course, I'm Perfect cast. Yeah, sina Pearl, Cristel, Angela, Carl, Royce, and your fellow cast and your family. So, yun. Thank you.
Sige. So as self-advocates, no? Kasi marami kayong nakakausap, no, ng mga fellow persons on the spectrum, mga families, mga parents, no? At saka marami kayong mga na-join ng mga different activities. Sa ngayon, no, generally, ano nakita nyo ng mga issues and concerns, no? When it comes, no, to persons on the spectrum. Pia?
I would say that there are a lot of concerns about persons on the autism spectrum that need to be covered, and it could be a lot. Could be on the personal level, like having to deal with the symptoms that are associated with autism and how they affect when we interact with other people. Like what would happen about my clumsiness or yung tendency ko talaga na mag-tantrum or mental breakdown, which is like it can be affecting the people around me at home or the friends that I would encounter sometimes. And then there's also the societal perspective of people with autism, like feeling that may stigma and discrimination pa rin and may mga stereotype ng mga people with autism that tends to perpetuate along us. So that's why it's important talaga for people like me and Clarence to come over here to express that our lives, no matter how different we are na, kasi he tends to be like more outgoing. I tend to be kind of reserved. But I still have my moments of being outgoing. And then we have our different ways of doing self-advocacy. And just us existing and doing whatever we can with our respective organizations or even just doing the things that we love would be enough in order to express that, yeah, we are proud to be autistic self advocates. But also, we cannot forget to acknowledge the struggles that we have. Kasi to make sure that other people could understand where we're coming from, we know that we could be all good things, but at the same time, we should not shy away din sa mga struggles and issues na pinagdaanan natin, because everybody needs to be aware how difficult it would be to communicate with other people, and means when you get to be misunderstood. Other times it's like the way that you process your anger towards your family members and friends. It could affect them and hindi mo talaga iniisip. Or it's the way that when you really wanted to try to create a community, but sometimes it's hard to handle because of whatever you do for control and other things. So it's really important talaga to balance that perspective of the good things about being autistic and the realistic issues that we face, because our world that we live in, it's not necessarily made for people like us, but everyone has a part to ensure that may equity ang ating pamumuhay. I know a lot of people with disabilities would have that sense of ensuring that they have the uh, policies, and other initiatives to make sure that our lives are easier, and we're all doing our part.
Yeah, thank you. How about you, Clarence, no? Sa iyong pag-iikot, Clarence, pagkakausap mo sa ibang mga tao, sa mga magulang, ano yung nakikita mo na mga major issues and concerns ng mga taong may autism?
Okay, so ang issue sa mga persons with autism ay yung preconceived notions regarding schools and workplace dahil sa lack of awareness and acceptance sa mga tao. Yung autism kasi, yung pinaka-challenging sa lahat ng disabilities, like, parang I heard na sa lahat ng disability, parang autism yung pinaka-challenging sa mga workplace and sa mga school. Like, hindi Down syndrome, hindi physically impaired, hindi visually impaired. So yun yung naririnig ko. Yun. Behavior kasi yun sa autism and mostly people don't understand the behavior of persons with autism. Akala nila like kulang sa discipline, spoiled, etc. Kaya ganyan yung behavior. So di nila alam na yung meltdown ay caused by sensory challenges such as too much noise or super sensitive sa light or touch or sudden change of routine. Yun. Kaya yung iba sa mga persons with autism ay laging may headphones. Tsaka sanay sila sa parang very specific routines from small to big things. So yun, like ako personally parang guilty ako diyan sa like pag may biglang change of routine, parang natitrigger ang anxiety ko kasi gusto ko yung planado, gusto ko yung naka-routine, and gusto ko yung sinasabihan ako agad, hindi yung biglaan. Yun. Tapos, pero kapag may last minute changes,
Clarence,
ano po, sorry?
Sir Renil?
very good, Clarence, no, na ini-explain mo. Kasi meron kasing question, no, sa ating tagapakinig, no? Parang sinasabi niya, okay,
Yung question.
no, pag may mga chaos, no, pag may mga chaos daw, na-overwhelmed pa rin kayo. Pero kung generally siguro yung tanong, no, I'm sure pag maraming mga stimulus sa ating paligid, no, na-overwhelmed pa rin ba kayo? Nahirapan kayong mag-adjust, mag-self-regulate, no? Pag maraming mga stimulus, no, sa inyong palibot.
Yeah.
Yes,
How's your
yes,
experience
yes.
with that? Pia, Clark?
Ikaw muna, Pia. Ladies first.
Yeah, like I really feel like when it comes to handling emotions, yun talaga isa sa mga pinakamahirap na pinagdadaanan namin. Not just among people on the autism spectrum, it's also among people with different neurological disorders, and even people who are who are dealing with mental health disorders and other things. Now, what's important talaga is that we're trying to make sure that our emotions are regulated, but sometimes in the midst of stress or things that happen to us, we have this feeling of we need to we crumble, and it's difficult to have dahil we really wanted to be your best self towards others, but sometimes you just can't hold it in. And I have a lot of that problem kasi I really struggle talaga with being very calm. I tend to have a lot of times when I cry a lot, and it's really sad talaga to me. And there's just a lot to think about when it comes to emotional regulation. It's really, yeah, it's really a struggle, but I'm trying to manage it. Okay.
Okay, so thank you, Pia. So please know that your feelings invalid and marami kang nagmamahal sa'yo. Yan.
Thank
Tapos,
you.
welcome. So ako naman. So ako,
Sige,
ano
guys.
ba, yung challenge ko is, guilty ako sa, yan, yung, I can relate to Pia, yung emotional regulation. Kasi ako, like, pag frustrated ako, yun, or parang upset, parang yun, like, grabe yung anxiety ko talaga. Like, nung bata pa ako, parang like, buong katawan nagwawala, pero may malaki na ako yung tantrum ko is parang ano yun, like, parang stamping the table, stamping the wall, tapos minsan sinisipa ko ba yung pader. Yeah, so guilty ako dyan. Yan, meron akong ginawang parang ano yun, suggestion lang to for my fellow persons with autism kasi it worked for me. Like, gumawa kayo ng plan B when it comes to plans kasi tayo person with autism, sanay tayo sa planado, sanay tayo sa routinary. So, for example, ako personally, like, sa sine, like, every Monday, Tuesday, may free cinema ang PWD. Depende sa LGU yun, yung may booklet, tapos from 10 to 5, for example. Ang plan ko talaga ng, etong movie sa particular mall, tapos kailangan, before ka pumunta doon, isip na ng plan B, like, what if hindi ko maabot ng tong movie na to sa mall? Baka yung sa kabila na lang, ganun. So nang sa ganun, parang hindi masyado matrigger yung anxiety, like, napunta ko sa plan A ko, tapos ay, hindi ko naabutan kasi puno, tapos late na ako sa kwan, so doon na lang ako sa kabila, ganun. Yun, so it worked for me, so hopefully, mag-work din sa inyo. So yun, one example lang yan. So for the sake of time, so proceed na po tayo. Thank you po.
Yeah,
And
thank
thank
you,
you.
Lawrence. Thank you, Lawrence, no, for your recommendation, no. And I'm sure, no, habang lumalaki kayo, di ba, natututo rin kayo, di ba, mag-self-regulate, no. So let's go, no, let's go to the other side, no. Mga magagandang pangyayari ang generally, no, naranasan ng Filipino autism community sa ngayon na na-observe ninyo, no? Ano yung mga positive things, no, na naranasan ngayon ng mga persons with autism and their families, no, generally sa Pilipinas? Pia, what's your observation?
I think with access to more information these days, thanks in part
access
to
to
the
information.
thanks to the internet, and then you have organizations like Autism Society Philippines providing services towards various families, and the presence of various chapters from Luzon to Mindanao catering to many families. So that's like one factor. But there's also like the efforts of the government to ensure that needs of a lot of disabled families are being kept in mind. Of course, it's not perfect, I would say, because there's still a long way to go. Kasi minsan may mga pagkukulang din when it comes to providing the services and the things that are needed for a lot of us. But at the end of the day, I'm very thankful to live in a time na it's easy for us to get access to a lot of the things we need. But of course, we still need to acknowledge that sometimes it can be difficult because of money or a lot of things that could hold people back. But just the access of a lot of information, even if you're just going to read it on the internet, it would help you understand if you have symptoms associated with being autistic, it can help. And another thing that I would say is a positive is really knowing that there are people who are out there who accept themselves as autistic, who don't mind about being who they are. And that is something na mahalaga din for a lot of us. Because when you see people that are accepting of themselves, are trying to work on accepting themselves at the very least, there becomes a sense of community, a sense of shared struggle slash a shared understanding of what it means to be on the autism spectrum and trying to cultivate our lives para mas inklusibo, mas maintindihan yung mga pinagdaanan natin. And it's something that I value a lot as myself, but also the other people I've met from different perspectives of how they show their autism or how they process autism, because we may not necessarily agree a lot, pero may kabutihan na dinadala sa mga ganitong palay.
Okay. Thank you, Pia. No, thank you for that observation. How about you, Clarence? No? Kita mo mga pagbabago, positive things that's happening now, no? For those with autism and their families in the Philippines.
Okay po. So, yung mga positive na nangyari is work opportunities for myself and my fellow persons with autism, tsaka more awareness dahil na rin sa advocacies ng organizations such as Autism Society Philippines, Best Buddies Philippines, to name a few. Dumarami na rin yung professionals and companies na nag-aaral at sumusuporta sa autism. So, and mas maganda yung diagnosis ngayon compared before. Although mas marami yung wala pang intervention and early detection, mas marami pa rin yung mga nakapag early diagnosis na persons with autism. So, the sooner na maagapan, the sooner na early intervention and early intervention, parang the better. Kasi kaysa naman yung malaki na tsaka pa early intervention, di ba? So dapat habang bata pa, like, gawin ang lahat. Yun. And because of that, mas marami ng bata ay nakapag-enroll sa typical schools from elementary to college, and mas marami na rin ang nakapag-work. So, few examples, of course, myself and Pia na may mga work na. So, congrats ulit, Pia, sa may work. And shout out na rin sa aming persons with autism na may mga work such as Teacher Remark Badillo, Catherine Joyce Reyes, and Vico Chang, to name a few. So, shout out sa inyo. So, sana maging inspiration din kayo. So, this celebration is not just about me and Pia, but of all persons with autism who do their best na to fulfill their dreams and advocate for a better future. Yeah, thank you.
Ang galing ng message nila. Pero given the situation now, Clarence, no, ano pa yung mga pinapangarap mo, no, sa mga Filipinos on the autism spectrum, Clarence?
Okay, so ang pangarap ko para sa aking fellow persons with autism ay huwag ikahiya na ika-isang person with autism, kasi ang person with autism naman ay for some people ay mahirap siya i-deal, pero eventually matututo din nila. Yan, parang with more awareness and with more acceptance, yun. Kasi naniniwala ko na in the future, mas marami na maging aware, mas marami na maging accepting. Kasi nga, it's 2026 na, di ba? So dapat, more people should be open. More people should be open to accepting persons with autism sa school o sa workplace. And pangarap ko din sa aking fellow persons with autism ay maging independent, and sana payagan na sila ng families nila na to live independently, like ganun. Kasi nagawa ko eh. So not to brag ha, pero if I'm not mistaken, I'm one of the few na persons with autism who actually lives independently. So sana ganun din sila, and sana yung mga families nila ay maging strong and brave, and para turuan sila yung mga soft and hard skills, kasi hindi naman habang buhay magkasama sila ng parents at saka ng anak nila, diba? So yun. So kailangan magandaan.
Congratulations.
Thank you po.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really nice to hear, Kat.
Now, given the situation, ano pa yung pinapangarap mo, no, sa mga Filipinos on the autism spectrum and their families?
Oh, give me a moment. I think my lights went off. Okay, so for me, I would honestly wish that there are a lot of opportunities for people on the autism spectrum to thrive in the creative arts, because I feel that it is rather underrated na may mga autistic and neurodivergent people that are very exposed to the creatives, but I know that there are a good number of people naman there. And also when it comes to our self-advocacy, I really hope that even us just being here is a good thing in itself, but we also need to know na minsan it's difficult talaga when there are people who may still misunderstand. And you also have to recognize then that when it comes to autism, it's a spectrum. So we also acknowledge that even though there are people like me and Clarence uh, na able to be independent, we have to also give consideration to the people with higher support needs na kailangan may alalay. They really need a lot of help when it comes to managing their day-to-day tasks. And they are well, and they are the people that we also understand because they could also operate on themselves, but they, even with these limitations, they are still worthy of being advocated for. So it's really nice to it's really good to also have a more holistic understanding of what it means to be an autistic self advocate. It's not just advocating for yourself, it's also gaining an empathetic and understandable approach about looking at the people around you and trying to manage how can you be a better person to them. So it's something that I want to impart. So in summary, yung hoping that there are more creatives in the autism spectrum like me and Clarence, that I really hope there's like a better understanding of the autism spectrum, since people who are more independent and people who need a lot of help coexist, and we just hope that we could live the best of our lives.
Yeah, thank you, Pia. No, given that, Pia, no, so what's now your message to our government, Pia?
I really hope that the government really considers the differing voices of autism self advocates and also the other stakeholders like parents, educators, business people, in order to create a holistic perspective of an inclusive society. Everyone is participative in ensuring that our lives are lived to the fullest and that we get to be ourselves without much stress and much shame on our ends.
Yeah, thank you, Pia. How about you, Clarence? No, what's your message to your fellow self-advocates, Clarence, and also to their families, Clarence?
Okay, so to my fellow persons with autism and self-advocates, so and then don't be afraid to be yourself kasi like I said, hindi dapat kinakaya ang autism. And sadly, there are still people na who are not aware, who are not accepting. Pero of course, you should stick to the ones na genuine, yung tanggap kayo for who you are. Yun. And then building a strong community and strong support system is very important talaga eh. Tapos, do your best to fulfill your dreams and to advocate for yourself and your fellow persons with autism. Yun. Kasi ako personally, naniniwala ko na eventually that kayo, my fellow persons with autism ay maging successful and independent. Yun. Kasi I actually live alone. Si Fluffy lang kasama ko. So, sana kayo ganun din. And sa families din is, alam kong di madali to care and to love a person with autism. Pero, eventually kaya nyo yan. Naniniwala ko sa kakayahan ninyo. You just have to be loving, caring, patient, and hardworking. And look online din for more information. Dapat yung totoong news, hindi fake news. Yun. Kasi may mga misconceptions about persons with autism. So kaya hinahinay sa information na nafe-feed nyo online. Yun. Yun. So, shout out pala sa parents ng persons with autism, including my mamang Lizette. So, love you po. So, yun po. Thank you.
Thank you, Pia. Thank you, Clarence. Miss Janine, your final message, Miss Janine.
Alam mo, Sir Ranil, no, kulang talaga yung isang oras para mapakinggan natin yung mga live experiences and stories na nakaka-inspire. So, yun yung masasabi ko, I'm tongue-tied kasi they're both amazing and I think they're really doing a good job. And number one, sabi nga ni Pia and also ni Clarence, they're very active in self-advocating. They're not only advocating for their rights, but also helping other people with autism to advocate their rights and also, be included in the society. So, ang message ko, Sir Ranil, for both of them, keep it up. Keep up the good work. Yon.
Thank you po.
Yeah, thank you very much, Miss Janine. No, self-advocate also, no, and the leader of women with disabilities. Thank you so much, Miss Janine. No, let's hear, no, kasi tomorrow will be the World Autism Awareness Day, no? Let's hear, no, kung paano sinusuportahan ng inklusyon ng autism community in the Philippines, no? Let's play, no? Isang pangako.
Bilang pakikiisa ng inklusyon sa buwan ng autismo,
Bilang pakikiisa na inklusyon sa buwan ng autismo,
Bilang pakikiisa ng INET Philippines sa buwan ng autismo,
Bilang pakikisa ng inklinasyon sa buwan ng autismo,
samahan po ninyo kami sa isang pangako. Isang pangako para sa autismo. Ako ay nakakakilos para manalo ang maling paggamit ng salitang autistic. Bilang iya ang pagkakawalan, isusunod ko ang tunay na pagtanggap at pagkalinga sa mga tao may kapansanan sa tulong ng may kapal.
ako si Jennifer Garcia, ang lead convener ng inklusyon.
Ako si Mai Sorongon ng Philippine Partnership on Children with Disabilities.
Ako si Ranil Sorongon ng Philippine Partnership on Children with Disabilities.
Ako si Joanna Marie David ng Life Haven Center for Independent Living para sa inklusyon.
Inklusyon na una. Okay, thank you. Okay, yung ating public service announcement, KM. Okay, yung ating public service announcement, meron ba? And then yung sponsors natin, guys.
Hone your skills, gain experience, contribute to a meaningful cause. Incarnation is accepting interns and OJTs for our Facebook Live program dedicated to promoting the rights of persons with disability. Apply now and let's make a positive impact together. Send your application to incarnation@gmail.com. It's incarnation@gmail.com. INKLUNASYON@gmail.com and address it to Incarnation Core Group through our technical assistant, Joanna Marie David. May mga disability-related topics or issues pa ba kayo na gustong pag-usapan? Ano pang hinihintay ninyo? Makipag-ugnayan na sa Incarnation dahil sa Incarnation, laging may inklusyon. Ipadala ang inyong reaksyon, komento, rekomendasyon, or suggestion sa aming email address incarnation@gmail.com incarnation@gmail.com INKLUNASYON@gmail.com and address it to our Incarnation Core Group through our Technical Director, Ina Figueroa.
We would like to thank our sponsors and partners, CBM Global Disability Inclusion, Philippine Coalition United Nations Conventions on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities or PCUNCRPD, INET Philippines, Norfield Foundation, CISO, Philippine Partnership on Children with Disabilities or PPCWD, Liliane Funds, Deaf Blind Support Philippines or DBSP, Philippine Chamber of Massage Industries for the Visually Impaired or PCMIVI, Provincial Government of Batangas, PIDAO Pangasinan, Regional Associations of Women with Disability or RAWWD Region 1, Mabini Movement, and of course, the ASEAN Enabling Master Plan 2025 Coalition. Thank you.
Maraming salamat. And maraming salamat sa ating dalawang panauhin sa hapong ito. No, kay Clarence at saka kay Pia. Noong 2007, diniklara ng United Nations ang World Autism Awareness Day. Bukas, April 2, 19 years na ang celebration ng WAAD. Nagkaroon ba ng pagbabago sa buhay ng mga taong may autism at ng kanilang pamilya ang deklarasyon na to? Dito sa Pilipinas, sinabi nga ng ating panauhin na may mga pagbabago, no, dahil sa proklamasyon ng United Nations. At sila ang halimbawa kung papaano nila naranasan ang pagbabagong ito. Pero silang dalawa ay maraming pa ring pangarap sa kanilang kapwa mga tao nasa autism spectrum at sa kanilang mga pamilya. Tayo lahat ay naniniwala na ang mga taong may autism ay mahalaga. Sila ay kasama ng tinatawag natin humanity. At sila ay may iniambag din sa pagsulong ng ating lipunan. Bukas, sa 19th year celebration ng World Autism Awareness Day, ikinagalak, binabati ng intonasyon ang lahat ng mga taong nasa autism spectrum, ang kanilang pamilya, at ang kanilang ambag sa pagsulong ng ating bansa. Dahil ang intonasyon ang niniwala na lahat tayo ay mahalaga. Lahat tayo ay may pakinabang. Lahat tayo ay may ambag sa pagsulong ng ating lipunan. Dahil dito sa intonasyon, tayo ay naniniwala na dapat ang inklusyon nauna